Alabama versus Michigan. Once again, before we get into this, I told you like 6 or 7 weeks ago Alabama's getting into the playoffs.
And
I still don't think that you've said the words "you were right."
I agree with you.
No, you got to say you were right.
I agree with. If Alabama wins out, they are in.
But you told me I was crazy. That's not going to happen. They're not going to win out. I think Alabama's going to get in the top 6.
No,
Yeah,
no team lost.
don't matter.
Whose spot would they take?
Who's number 6? Put
Oregon?
it back up, Zeb.
It's Oregon.
Yeah, get them out of there.
What?
I think you said even if they went out there.
No, when I first said it like 6 weeks ago, when I said Alabama's going to make the playoffs,
No,
you
you're
told me I
saying-
was crazy.
no,
Then we got like 4 weeks ago, and it was like, all right, well,
No, you
they're
said-
gonna play in the conference championship. So maybe if they win that, the way it's shaking out,
No, you said Alabama setting it up to make a run for one of the college football playoff spots. That's not
and
you
you
saying.
told me I was crazy.
And that's not you saying they were going to make it. Now, I
Yeah,
was
I did.
probably not in agreement with you because I didn't think Georgia was going to lose, but clearly that's changed. But no, I did say if they won out, they would make it. I'm pretty positive. Not going to say 100%.
Michigan is favored in this game by 1. The spread is 1.
This is going to be dude, I'm so excited for this.
I think
game.
this is going to be a good game, and this is at the end of the day. If you would have put Florida State in this position, nobody would be as excited about it as they are Alabama, Michigan, because it's going to be an extremely good game.
Yeah,
I think that they match up like both offenses are about on the same level.
Yeah.
Both defenses are about on the same level. Coaching staff, you got the 2 big names bringing in all that money.
Well, you saw where Nick Saban hired one of the coaches off Michigan staff from last year. I don't think he was there this year.
Right.
Or it was one of the guys that got fired. But yeah, Nick Saban did hire I think it was the linebackers coach for Michigan last year. Michigan needs J.J. McCarthy to have a good game. He has not had his past 4 or 5 games have not been good.
Yeah.
Michigan's been very reliant on their defense, which that's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
But this is a different Alabama team since the Texas or the South Florida game where Tommy Reese has done a dang good job of figuring out
Yep.
how to utilize Jalen Milroe. So I'm going to take Alabama, and I'm not. I think Michigan would win if their offense was just in a better state than they are. Because I mean, honestly, I think if Iowa just had a semblance of an offense, I think they could have beaten Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan didn't score an offensive touchdown for like the first half in that conference
I mean,
championship
they had
game.
a huge punt return which I think led to a touchdown. So there's just nothing that just jumps off with their offense that in these playoff games when you're going up against a Nick Saban or like if you were going up against a Kirby Smart,
yeah,
those defenses can hone in on your running game.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree. I'm going to take Alabama too. I think anytime you give Nick Saban over a month to prepare and his coaching staff,
especially when you don't really have, like Michigan doesn't have that guy
right
on offense that you have to worry about. Like with Washington or Texas, they've got some guys.
Right.
They've got their quarterbacks. J.J. McCarthy's okay, but I mean, he hasn't really shown much this year, especially like I said in the past month ever since Connor Stallions got caught. He hasn't really done much.
Yeah, I think that Alabama's riding a little bit more confidence coming out of the year. They had the better conference championship game win than obviously Michigan did. Definitely, I think that Alabama's played a tougher schedule all year than Michigan has as well. I mean, Michigan played Ohio State and Penn State.
And
Penn State sucks.
Yeah, the whole other side of the Big Ten conference is not good.
Yeah, I mean, Alabama's played Texas, who is in the playoffs. They're playing another playoff team. They're playing Ole Miss, who's in New Year's Six Bowl.
Yep.
They played, let's see, who else? Tennessee at the time was ranked. LSU, they faced a Heisman Trophy winner.
Yep.
And held them to 28 points. Then you played Georgia, beat them in the conference championship game. And like I said, Michigan's played Ohio State, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Penn State, I don't think they're anywhere what their record shows. And then they didn't do very well. I mean, they beat Iowa pretty handily in that I guess. But I mean, it wasn't nothing to write home about as far as that win against Iowa to say
Yeah.
that they're going to beat Alabama.
Yeah. It's just the lack of, I think, consistency for me with the offense. And you don't really know what you're going to get from J.J. McCarthy. Blake Corum, I think he's had a good year, but he hasn't had as loud of a year as he did last year.
Yeah.
Where he was, I think he barely missed the Heisman podium last year. I don't even know if he was considered this year. But yeah, I think this is Alabama.
Yeah, this is Alabama. Never made a case for themselves.
I
So at
agree.
the end of the day, the committee got it right. I called Bama getting in 6 weeks ago, and you told me and Zeb we were crazy.
Did not say you were crazy.
You did, Zeb. Pull it up and stick that in there somewhere.
No, they played last game of the year.
So that'll settle itself out too. They're gonna make Alabama get in there.
No.
You want to make a wager right now that Alabama gets into the top 4 if they win the SEC?
Are you saying Alabama will make the college football playoff?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll bet it.
If they win out and they win the SEC,
They have to make the college football playoff, right?
if they win the SEC, they're getting
not
in.
just getting to.
But you're saying like if all of these teams continue to win,
yes,
Alabama's out.
yes.
No, well, yeah, because Georgia would
Yeah.
beat Alabama.
But then you look at resume.
Alabama, $20. Alabama gets into the playoffs.
No, we're not going to do money. We're going to do something else.
Okay.
We'll
We'll
discuss
discuss the
we'll
wager, but
discuss
there
off
will be a
camera.
wager that Alabama
Yeah.
makes the playoffs.
Okay. Yeah.
Alabama's getting into the top 4.
They have to make not just getting to the top 4. They have to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
okay.
they have to get into the playoffs.
Okay.
When it comes time to say the last ranking, Alabama has to be 1 through 4.
Okay.
And they'll be in there.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, let's
If you
make
enjoyed
our this clip. You can watch full episodes on our YouTube page, or you can click the link here.
Or if you want to watch another clip, you can click the link here.